Hello everyone, my name is Chitra, and here I talk about books. I talk about series and movies which I see, and I talk about life lessons on my this channel. So the book I'm gonna talk about today is 1984, written by George Orwell, and it's a fiction book. I'm not much into a fiction, and I generally don't read fiction books. So, but I saw this book recommendation in many list, and so here I am after reading it. So it was written in actually 1949, and it is of almost 300 pages, and it is about a dystopian world. So dystopian world actually is derived from ancient Greek mythology, wherein they describe a world which is like more of frightening and undesirable kind of place wherein you don't want to live, which is not like good for the people. And this is what is exactly described in this book. They talk about a world where everything is watched, everything is monitorized. There is a fictional character which is like more of powerful character. Their name is as Big Brother, and the one who is having the complete authority. So everything you say, you do, or even think is being controlled by them. They have their authorities like thought police and thought crime. So even your expressions and everything is being analyzed. Okay, so five things wherein I personally feel it's like completely this book is in a way relatable to our real world. Firstly, is this book talks about hoarding, which is like Big Brother is watching you, is written on every place you're surrounded in, and in a way, I feel this happens to us when we have like surveillance system around us, when we talk about social media wherein our data and all has been accessed without our knowledge. So this definitely brings to you to a place wherein you are being watched without your knowledge of being watched. Second thing which comes in this book is technology. This technology talks about a device that is telescreen, which is a device fixed in everyone's house, and it monitors your house activities. In a way, Big Brother wants you to love only him and not even your family, not allowing you to have a personal connection. What which I feel is what our phones and our devices are doing with us. So we are in a world today where we can connect with a stranger outside, but at times it becomes difficult to connect at your home, connect with your people around you, connect with have the real connection around you. So telescreen again does that same work. It is not allowed to switch off, and it continuously tracks and watches you. You know it or you don't know it. Okay, third thing is thought crime or thought police. Now, these are some secret police or agents who are around you, and they trace you down with your expression, and they catch you at the time when a certain thing is just in your thoughts and creating a block and not allowing you to come ahead with your application of that thought, or even before you commit a crime you are being traced and you are being knocked off. So this is what I feel is like creating a creativity block in certain people. And when I talk and when I link it to the current situation, it is what we do to our kids in schools or in college. Now when a student comes up with a creativity or a creative idea, the teacher or professor just cannot accept it if he or she is not able to understand that thing. Or on number four, I have Newspeak, that is the language which has been mentioned in this book, wherein they keep on reducing and cutting the words, so that if you don't have the knowledge of word, probably it will become difficult for people to express themselves in that particular language. And in a way, you will not have words to express yourself, taking away your freedom of speech. And to connect this with our current situation, I can say smileys, emojis, or any such symbolic pictures or something which we use these days in absence of our language and words. This is where we are losing our freedom of speech or proper freedom of expression, which could be better done in words than with the help of stickers or emojis or GIFs. Fifth thing mentioned in this book is about the rewriting of history. The main character of this book, that is Winston Smith, is the one who rewrites the history and who is responsible for this department. And when I talk about rewriting of history, there have been news wherein many countries have done the changes or updates to their history books, which has been given in schools, and in a way rewriting the history so that it is not traced without any historical evidence. It has been changed for their own benefits and just to show their ideologies. Now countries like South Korea, Japan, China, Iraq, Pakistan, they have all done this. In a way, Pakistan have also mentioned a war they have won against India, wherein they don't have any historical evidence for it. One thing I can say in end is this book is actually having not that happy ending, because this such kind of power is actually not good. It is actually more destroying kind of power. Now one thing which has been written on the back page of this book, and it really was like hard to read and feel when you go through the book, is under the spreading chestnut tree, I sold you and you sold me. Now this is what this book tells about. So I would like you all to read it, to think about it, the people you are around, the connection you form, and the technology we use. Is it actually for our benefit, or we are being manipulated, or our thoughts are being manipulated by it? Just think about it. This book is the best example of it. Do read it and let me know in the comment sections about your reviews. Thank you.